Hey everybody, welcome back. Let's get the randomizer going here. We had a great run yesterday, which was about 5 seconds ago for me. Bethany to the Lamb. We have not played that much Bethany. Bethany to the Lamb. So we want to get this wisp unwispable. We can't pick up spirit hearts. Yeah, okay. I got it all figured out, man. I got confused for a second. I thought the wisps had item effects. That's not true. That's Let Me Get On, also known as Leamington. I'm actually just going to take the easy way out here. It might surprise you, but 2 bombs on the first floor could actually be worth more than, you know, like 100 bombs on the chest. What a beautiful get there we get. So we want to get as many wisps. I mean, we want to make the run as good as possible. In order to do that, the things that are within our control are trying not to accidentally like dodge into enemies with our wisps. The more of them that we can get, the better off we're going to be, offensively speaking. This should be good. Bethany's a fun character, I think. It is a Saturday, by the way. Thank you for asking, if you did ask. If you didn't ask, well, thank you for listening. And if you're not listening, then I don't need to say thank you, so I'm not going to concern myself as much with that. I'm going to try to blow this up, though. 2 cents. I see Champion's Belt. That's what's got me most interested right now. But with only 2 bombs, we got to be a little bit more cautious. Like, one on our donation machine plus the shopkeeper might get us there, but you also never know, right? And I think the other thing... Oh, let's go. Don't our wisps inherit our tier effects? If that's the case, like, this is it's a pretty nice situation here. But we start relatively strong as well. I got no complaints. I got no complaints. Let's see. Okay. Still no complaints, although I'm now remembering that maybe we don't value red chests or tinted rocks that highly. We'll definitely take Champion's Belts. And hopefully you can tell, I'm still a little congested. I can still feel, like when I talk, the air is hitting like a different friction point than it normally does. But at some point, you know how people, like, their voice changes when they get older? Some more than others, myself included. Part of it is cadence, part of it is, you know, probably like wear and tear on your vocal cords and, you know, the other structures involved in the complicated process of speech. But inevitably, I think some of it might just be that maybe you get like a little compacted mucus on like a spot in your nasal cavity and it just never goes away. And then you're like, that's why young Michael Caine sounds kind of like this. And oh, Michael Caine sounds kind of like this, you know? It's just, if he... Like, oh, Sir Michael, here's a tissue. Oh, thank you. I've been trying to... I don't know why he sounds like he's from, like, South Park now. Oh, thank you, mate. Hey, it turns out I've been Australian all these years. Now I'm from New Zealand. A subtle difference. Anyway, so, again, any Oceanic viewers out there, I would like to apologize. Not necessarily good with the accents. Canadian accent, yes. Grew up speaking it and also hearing it everywhere. It's not just for Letterkenny, I promise. It's also, you know, it's something that, you know, real people speak like that. Oh, come on, bud. Just get a... You're holding up the whole line at Tim's, you freaking hoser. Just get a double-double like everyone else and then take off. Well, we don't want that, unfortunately, for a number of different reasons. That's about it. I mean, the window of culturally acceptable, or the range, I guess I should say, of culturally acceptable accents continues to close. I think that Canadian, American, British... Although that one, I don't know. Maybe because there's so many that I worry that it's like, oh, it's okay to do a posh London accent because that's punching up. But if you go for a Northern English accent, that's considered punching down. You wouldn't understand what life is like up here in Newcastle, etc., etc. All the ales are brown, and the skies are gray, and the skies are gray. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got. Deals with the angel! I forgot, that's your other thing. You do deals with the angel. How cool. Or at least first deal with the angel. Take me down. Very happy I have my stapler. I believe I have my stapler. Wonder if anybody out there's ever done like a PhD defense, or their thesis, I should say, on like how sad it is that Milton from Office Space, like all he wanted in order to feel fulfilled in his corporate environment was agency over his own stapler, and Bill Lumbergh and the other, you know, mindless drones that made up the bureaucracy of Intertrode, I believe is the name of the company. I might be wrong. But they wouldn't even let him have his red swing line. I mean, please keep in mind the movie itself is a satire, so I guess you can't really... I mean, it's a satire of real things, but... Good movie, though. Office Space, much like Just for Laughs Gags, almost a movie that could have been ruined for me by overexposure in the early 2000s, but is good enough... What? To, wait, Book of Virtues, you can take any active item alongside it, you fool! I should have taken Unicorn Horn, man. I should have taken Unicorn Horn! What were they thinking? Now I gotta lose all my dang money just to make a freaking wisp. It also, well, it actually gave me the damage up, that's right. And the wisp, it said, could have Midas touch tiers. Okay. 15% chance. It's only damage up for the room, though, right? Like, not for the floor? Yeah, just for the room. Okay. Great movie, though. Also, don't even start, man. Does anybody see how fricked up it is? Milton was still being paid, even though technically he'd been let go years ago thanks to a glitch in the system. And they go, oh, so you let him go? And they go, well, hold on there, slugger. Let him go. No, we fixed the glitch. We just figure everything will work itself out. Okay, this seems horrible. But maybe, do you do anything? Not really, huh? You just kind of spin around? I'm not gonna go back to the golden razor. Just because, like, I would like to be able to at least press the spacebar. And as bad as this looks, I think that there's some utility if we fight, like, stationary bosses. Or if we can get a boss to dodge into the wisp. But I don't even know how long the wisp will live after it gets hit. You know? Yeah, not long. Did it drop an item when it died, though? Gulp me? Pretty fly? Retrovision? Bad trip? Perks? Okay, it's gone. That's easy enough. I don't know. I'm sure we'll find some way to get it popping a little bit. I would like to be able to, you know, I'm just gonna take this as like, this is like what it was like to be in the Game Boy Advance era. I was there, by the way. I was playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2 in 2.5 dimensions. I was enjoying Golden Sun, just like the rest of you. And then losing focus near the end and never really finishing it. Wait, this is good. It's so little damage. I'm actually tempted to go back to the Golden Razor. It's a bit of a surprising thought. Hold on. Uphill. Unidentified. Great standing. Is the police coming to arrest me for the negative things I said about the Sam Roberts band in the last episode? Whatever. Take me away. I know my rights. PJs. Essentially just a lot of charges for us that don't actually do anything. And then we have an Emperor card. I'm really sure to take you know what? Take an unidentified pill. Thank you. Thank you. That's going to be very valuable. Take me down to the next floor. I'm going to Emperor card right away. Hope that that gives us a good shot at a deal with the angel or devil. Pick up an item, preferably a spacebar item that actually makes it like conceivable that will get some value out of our wisps. So if any boss was gonna get owned by this weird combination we've got here, it would definitely be Gertie. I don't think it's worth getting as close as we have to get to make this pop, though. I mean, it's really quite underwhelming. But you do still have Ventricle Razor, which I'll just admit, I'm just like not taking the necessary care to interface with as if it were a useful item, because it can be pretty good. Synth Oil. Synth Oil, no deal. I actually thought I went down to the next floor. I was going to fully embrace my new role as the Joker. You know what we can do, though? We can always leave one portal open, so at least we can teleport back. And if we ever get a spacebar item, I hesitate to say good, but if we ever get a spacebar item that's appropriate to use with Book of Virtues, like, for example, the Unicorn Horn, that we literally didn't even touch, then who knows, man? Who knows? This could pop. It's a really good run, actually, like, particularly with respect to our damage, like, it's popping. The only thing is, I'm missing out on the value of having any wisps coming with me. Alas, that's fine. No big plans this weekend. You know, my big... Oh, what the heck is going on with my RAM? My big plan this weekend is, hopefully the family... Like, I'm pretty much there, but hopefully the family is over the illness. Baby's pretty good, too. I guess I'm just subtweeting my wife. Hold on. What do you think the D1 could actually accomplish something here? We get a wisp that shoots. Wow, this was terrible. Yeah, not good. Not a good setup. All of the enemies turned into harder enemies, I think. Many of them also turned into champions. I do not wish to use the rest of my charges here. What I do wish to do is get one more key, and then go to the shop and maybe get a spacebar item there. I guess we should go to our Isaac's room as well. So basically just like some napping. I think some napping would hit the spot this weekend. Maybe viewing some television. Did you know that the finale for Survivor is an absolutely disgusting 3 hours long? I believe that 2 hours of that might be the reunion portion, which to me... at present, I don't find it particularly interesting. But, like, that's audacious, man, to make a 3 hour long television program. Like, who do you think you are? Every single football game that airs throughout the 17 weeks of the regular season, followed by, I don't know, like 6 weeks of the playoffs? Like, come on, man. 3 hours to finish off this show that I've been following for like 3 months? What do you think you are? A week 11 tilt between the New York Jets and the Houston Texans? Like, you gotta recognize 3 hours, that's a big time investment. I mean, 1 hour for Survivor, I've managed to make the time for. I think if I really focus throughout this week, I can get to 2 hours to watch the finale as it airs. And then I'll just skip the reunion part and just look at the juicy little tidbits on r/Survivor later. Did you see that Reddit is doing a Reddit recap now, by the way? Every company now is like copying Spotify, I guess. But you get, because Twitch does it too. But I almost feel like Reddit is one of those sites where you don't want to know, right? Like, I don't want to... I X'd out of mine before I saw it, just because I didn't know what it was until I saw people starting to post it on Twitter, actually. But I don't think you want to see your recap of some of these sites. Like, do you really want to see your recap of how you used Reddit? So you spent 40 hours unnecessarily getting mad at things on subreddits where you knew you would disagree with someone and accomplished literally nothing. Same with Twitter. Like, I don't want to ever see how I spent my time on Twitter annually, at least in a wrap-up like that. Like, if I hired a company to audit myself to see where I was wasting all my time, that's a different story. But if Twitter's like, hey, check it out. Look how... Why did I not even pick up synth oil when I was... Oh, because I went through the thing. That's right. Okay. Well, okay. Let's just... Oh my god. And now, where the heck is Ventricle Razor, man? I dropped it all the way back here? Are you crazy? You know, here's how many articles you hate-clicked on just because... Here's how many essays you wrote without ever checking the actual article. Here's how many essays you wrote just based on the headline. You don't want to see that, man. Those websites should take every opportunity to try to, like, have you not even remember that you're on the site to begin with. I think that would be for the best. It's like, you know, there's probably a reason that Starbucks at the end of the year doesn't send you a wrap-up that's like, hey, here's how much money you spent at Starbucks this year. Instead... it's so insidious, man. Like, okay, I've talked very positively about the Starbucks app. I do think it's a good app, and I think that the convenience it provides is, I don't want to say worth it, but there are some times where, like, you know, like midstream, I'll go to the bathroom, right? And I've become a sit-down #1 user for the benefit of... reducing splashback, okay? I gotta say, I've long been I mean, I grew up standing for sure, of course, but I was hesitant for a while to come around to the way of sitting. I gotta say, it's actually, I've now taken it as just an opportunity to take a little break throughout the day. But, so I like to sit down, look at my phone for a second. It's like as soon as my phone knows that my eyeballs are on it, the Starbucks app is like, hey, it's holiday season, show your festive spirit and get double the stars when you order a drink. And you're like, yo, I'm peeing right now, dude. Like, I got the app because I like your service, but don't be sending me... This is what we need. Don't be sending me push notifications. Look at this. Homing tears. Let's go. Actually pretty viable. Don't be sending me push notifications of advertisements when I'm just trying to, you know, have a pleasant experience in the bathroom. Really, just in general, I take some issue with downloading a corporation's app and then them using that to advertise to me. You can describe it as like being naive if you want, but it's more like, you know, I got this because I like you. Why are you putting that into jeopardy by serving me advertisements on, like, you know... I mean, I don't know. It's like I feel when I get an ad on TV, I'm like, that's what I signed up for. Okay? When I get an ad on the internet, like on my PC, I'm like, you come to expect it. When I get an ad on my phone, I'm like, yo, I'm in bed right now. Like, just give it a rest. Could you just give me a break, please? Hold on, this is also amazing. Spawns a friendly bony when destroyed. Holy crap. And bookworm? I don't know if anybody else is picking up what I'm putting down, but I'm like, I'm not anti-advertising, for the most part. You know, like there's people out there. Some of you are probably watching this right now that are like, any form of advertising is like, you know, morally bankrupt. I don't know if that's true. I guess I've never really thought about it that much. I don't feel that strongly about it. But there's kind of a kick in the face when you're like, you know, I thought that the contract that we had was like, I'll use your app, and as a result of me using your app, I'll go to your store more. But apparently that's not the trade-off. The trade-off is, for the convenience of being able to give us money in exchange for coffee more easily, one of the trade-offs there is we're going to advertise to you at whenever we please, essentially. Hold on. Hermit drops all our stuff. Nope. No, it doesn't. Not a that we just lost our sun card for no reason. That is not how that worked. It turns everything into coins. Now we know. We got a lot of coins, at least. I can't dispute that. It's the same reason, like, I encourage you all to do the same. This might be like boomer tech. But, I actually, I went to 7-Eleven. And this was like not, I'm not trying to be, you know, like a customer is always right. But I got, like a juice. This is when we were going to, like, a walk-in clinic. I got a juice and a water so that we could hydrate my, you know, ill baby while we were at the walk-in clinic. When I tried to pay for it, the clerk at 7-Eleven was like, oh, please enter your phone number if you, like, want the discount as being a part of our rewards program. And then she, like, flipped, like, an iPad around to me, and I just hit this button that says skip. And then she was like, oh, no, maybe you misunderstood. Like, you got to enter your phone number to get the rewards. And I was like, I don't want to. And then she was like, no, don't worry. They won't text you. Which is like, I mean, not to be rude. And I understand she's probably got, like, some corporate metrics for, like, conversions. Like, the more that she can convert, the better. But, like, I wasn't born yesterday. Why would they need my phone number if they weren't going to text me? Oh, we got to verify you're real to give you like 3 cents off this smart water. Like, I don't buy it. It doesn't make any, it's incoherent, right? So then she passed it back around to me and I hit split again, or skip again. And she hit me with the look that was like, am I stupid? And then she was like, you got to enter your phone number. And I said, I'm not going to enter my phone number. And she was like, fine, here's the price. But like, you're missing out. And I'm like, okay, like, then I'm missing out. Sorry. I just don't really want any, like, realistically, I don't know, like 1,000 companies on Earth have all my information from when I was younger. And, you know, when I'd buy jeans at Old Navy, they'd be like, hey, what's your email address? And I'd just be like, I guess it's they gotta verify my identity for me to be able to buy jeans at Old Navy or something. Nah, man. Now I'm just like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm like, can we do the transaction without you giving the email address? And I gotta say, like, most places are actually really cool about it. Most places are like, I mean, maybe not the place is cool, but the worker is cool. They're like, yeah, I get it. Of course, right? Like, I'm already, like, I know that this is getting to the point where it's like, now we're getting a little bit boomer-ish, but, you know, it's, what happened to the previous code that we had, where, like, I give you money, you give me a product that you paid like 30% less for than I'm giving you for here at the point of sale. And then we say, thank you, I hope you'll be back. You know, like it's been working for years. Why do we have to introduce this new, like, honestly, you should be at least, and maybe because they don't have to, and I'm going off, I'm getting a little too Bill Hicks here, but like, if you want me to enter my email address or something, like, if you want the right, like, to have an open channel to send me an advertisement every day for the next 20 years until I hit unsubscribe, you should probably pay me like 20 bucks. None of this, like, you know, oh, you get 5% off purchases with coupons you get in your email. That's okay. I'm not interested in that. But if you give me like $20 right now at the point of sign up, I might consider it. And every time I talk about this, I do, especially on stream, there's people that are like, I work at, you know, H&M. We're told that we like have to harvest email addresses. That's fine. I understand. I'm not mad at the labor. Okay, I'm not mad at the cashier. But also, I don't work at H&M. Like, your boss is not my boss. So if they tell you that you have to get an email address, we're going to be at odds with one another, because I came in here for, like, pants, not to be advertised to. Like, there's many other outlets that sell pants for $18 that rip, like, 2 months into use, okay? It's not your fault, okay? Like, genuinely. Take the Holy Grail, why not? But, oh, they gave us Seraphim, too. My quarrel is not with you, it's with... It's not even with your manager, it's with, like, your manager's manager. So I'm not trying to make your day harder. But at the same time, I mean, like, you know, I'm still getting emails. I bought like athletic wear in 2012. I'm still. I guess I should just click the unsubscribe button. To be fair, it's a solvable problem. I'm still getting emails from Reebok like 4 times a week. That's like, cause you're our preferred customer. You're whitelisted for our new sale. And I'm like, what do you mean preferred customer? I bought like, you know, $100 worth of merchandise from you in 2012. I don't think you're struggling. I don't know how Reebok's doing, but I have to imagine if I'm one of their preferred customers, they got some big problems, man. Now, if Vanguard emailed me, if they were like, hey, you know, you've been buying a lot of ETFs lately, here, we're going to give you 10% off your next purchase of VT Sachs, I'd be like, okay, now I'm listening. You have my attention, Vanguard. Mr. Bogle. It's just like, I don't know. I reached it. We should have used that, obviously, earlier, but I remember, like, there's this place, especially when Square tablets started to proliferate, you know, and I forget, Stripe and Square, I guess, are the 2 big ones. And, like, there's this really trendy kind of coffee shop / bakery in Vancouver, and anytime you would go there, you would have to, like, well, I don't know if you had to, but they would, like, flip around the device to you that would be like, all right, so if you've never been here before, just if you've been here before, just enter your email address, and then you're good to go. Just, why throw extra steps into the coffee buying process? I'm not saying, like, you know, every cup of coffee should taste like gasoline and, like, you know, oat milk, what's that? But at the same time, it's more, I don't even know how this will work, but it's more like, buy whatever you want, but why make it more complicated than necessary to pay? Like, literally, Visa is like, hey, all our credit cards do tap now. We went from swipe to insert chip and pin. Now we're on tap meta, and you don't even need your card anymore. You can just use like Apple Pay or something like that. I'm not trying to stand the Visa Corporation, but I'm just saying they're making it faster, more convenient to use your credit card to pay for things. Then businesses are like stepping in the middle, and they're like, hey, before you use your tap, can you enter your email address here real quick? Hey, what phone number would you like us to text your receipt to for this $2.75 croissant? Again, because it comes across as out of touch. Not mad at the server, not mad at the cashier. I'm mad at the people steering, the people creating the North Star. The people crunching the data to determine that, you know, everybody we get on our mailing list generates like an extra 2% revenue at the cost of nothing to us and just extreme inconvenience to them. That's all I get is a little boomer pill. There's bigger problems in the world. But also, like, it's now, it used to be my least favorite part of buying pants used to be trying to explain to the staff that I don't need to use a changing room. You know, my waist is my waist. I'm very comfortable with it. I bought pants here before. I'm not going to try on, you know, 6 different pair of pants that are exactly the same except for the wash. And it's nothing against you. It's just, I'm not going to waste both of our time. You sure? You sure? Final sale, you sure? I'm happy they're asking, but I am sure. Now the worst part is, like, having to pull the, like, you know, like I'm getting interviewed by a police officer or something. When I'm at the cashier, I gotta be like, no email address. No, I'd rather not. No, I know. Like, I don't think you're gonna, like, text me, but I do think that, you know, maybe, like, I'll give you my phone number, and then, like, you know, several years from now, you'll sell that, not you, but, like, the company you work for will sell that data to, like, you know, raise their bottom line ever so slightly, and I'll be getting, you know, spam calls that are like, we're performing a survey on, you know, have you ever heard of the brand Dempsters? And I'm like, life's too short, man. I don't want to get those calls, okay? Is my information. Anyway. I'm just, if they started a clothing store, I also feel like this is why people are buying things online these days, but to be fair, you also have to put in all your information online. They just make if they put the field with an asterisk next to it, we don't really have much of a conversation. I'm just like, I don't know why you need to know my phone number for me to buy this pair of pants, but here you go. All right, don't do anything I wouldn't do, Mr. Bezos. So there's some hypocrisy there. I acknowledge my own hypocrisy whenever possible. Because conversely, it's counterintuitive, but the dumber you make yourself sound, I think the more people actually feel comfortable agreeing with you. If somebody else makes you feel dumb... Hold on, this could be it. What? Look at that. He's freaking cracked, man. If somebody else makes you look dumb in an argument, people are like, I would never agree with that guy. He's a fool. If you make yourself look dumb by, like, you know, straw manning your own argument, or I guess steel manning it, who cares? Then people are like, wow, this guy's so smart. He deconstructed his own argument. Like, I'll have what he's having. Anyway, that's all I got. I think sure, I guess we'll hold that. I think I did pretty well today, considering, you know, the lack of anecdote farming in my life recently. The fact that we're able to pull that stuff out of the ether, you know, feels nice. And on this run, like, we've made mistakes, man. This is not by any stretch of the imagination, a perfect run. But I think I can be reasonably... That's pretty good, too, actually. King Baby again. I can be reasonably pleased with how things went down here. That cracked key play was very fun. We remembered how Bethany worked just in time to not random her for probably, like, you know, several months. But that's fine. That's the way the cookie crumbles. I was in the middle of the lasers and still dodging. I gotta admit, like, I felt like I was playing double dutch there. We are definitely, you know what? You have my permission to steal this idea, because it's probably already in development somewhere in, like, Cupertino. But I've got a Peloton. Okay, I don't know if I've mentioned it 1,000 times. There's also, have you seen Tonal? Tonal is like, it's a resistance system, like, for weight training that's built into your wall. I think it uses, you know, like, friction and motors to simulate weight, and it's supposed to be like, you know, a full gym in the palm of your hand, basically. People will roll their eyes at that, but okay, when Dr. Octopus said the power of a sun in the palm of your hand, you went, so true, so true. Really makes you think. Anyway, there's also, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Rumble. Rumble is a boxing gym that is, like, franchised, and it's like a cardiovascular boxing workout. You know what we need? And I hesitate to even give this idea up, because it's pretty good, even though it just came to me and I've considered none of the possible positives, negatives, or difficulties of it. What about a smart skipping rope? You know, hey, people have been having it too easy for too long. Rocky Balboa getting shredded with, like, a $2 piece of plastic with 2 wooden handles that he bought from, you know, his local general store. We got to turn that into, like, a $1,500 status symbol, okay? So, like, a Fitbit / Apple Watch, a smart skipping rope. It's got to be a little durable, because, you know, it's going to be whipping around. But you could set it to auto-rotate at a rhythm of your choice. It could track your footfalls and stuff like that. I'm just saying it, man. I'm just saying it. I think it could totally work. I mean, it's such skipping rope, you know, as most people have done it at times in their life. They know what they're doing. Do not take the nail. Do not take the nail. Hold on, though. Check this out. Check this out, man. I'm so smart. I just wanted to see if it will work. Okay, what a waste of my time. It could be the next fitness craze. Conjoined on 2 runs in a row as well. How about that? Anyway, that's all I got. I think I've mentioned that a couple times. But now I'm really out. Because I gotta talk to my, you know, engineering classmates from university. Because we gotta get working on the minimum viable prototype as soon as possible. Because otherwise, frickin' Rumble's gonna steal this one right out from underneath me. So we may die If we die, it's completely my fault, for the record. I certainly have thrown a little bit of caution to the wind here, taken some damage I would prefer to have back in the whole scheme of things. Okay, that one's not really my fault. Time to go. Yep. I accept that, though. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. See you next time. It's just that easy. See ya.